Hello there everyone, Ashnflash here and welcome on into a early LEGO Indiana Jones set review. Today we are looking at set number 77015, the Temple of the Golden Idol. This set will be retailing for $149.99 USD or $199 Canadian beginning on April the 1st. And this has 1,545 pieces in it. And this was actually sent to me early by LEGO/Land to do a review for. And this is a very special set to me because while I did get a lot of the original Indiana Jones sets, this was one that I did not get, and it has been completely redone here. There are some incredible mechanisms that you're going to see in action here, some things that you've never seen before in a LEGO set, I would say. And the figures here are updated. It is an 18+ set. We've got, of course, the plaque there as well with the quotes that you'll see and talk about as we go through. They're on the black stand as well. And all the play features, like I said before, in this large-scale set, the detail, the prints, so many things to go through here. Let's go ahead and let's get started. So we're going to start over here in section 1. You do build the set in 3 separate sections, but they are all completely connected. You can lift it all up all at once here. And yeah, let's start here with this entranceway. And what I really like here is how the entranceway is actually on an angle. I think that looks really cool how they've done that. And this whole sort of section almost makes it seem like it's on an angle with the ball coming at Indy. So what you do is you take one of the figures there, you put him on those little jumpers, and then you take Bullock there and you can put him in the front to greet Indy as he comes on out. But I love all the vines and just some of the greenery here. The different colors here with the masonry bricks is great, as well as you've got this really cool like skull statue there. You could see we've got these really cool 2x3 tiles right here, and they've got an awesome little pattern that I didn't particularly care to put them all the same way. I wanted to have a little bit of variety, so I didn't really look at what way I put them, just so that they can, you know, be a little bit different. They're not repeated each time here, all 4 of them, and then you'll see in the 3rd section used there as well. Up above here, you could see we've got a couple of different plants that you could sort of angle if you wanted to there, as well as this spider web, which can't really go anywhere past this piece there. And you could see we've got a little bit more of those triangular tiles there to create a little bit more of the pattern. You've also got this really creepy looking statue there up at the top, and then you've also got another one which is a little bit smaller than this, with the jaw being a little bit more closed. But inside this section here, you'll see these are sort of, I guess, little mossy rocks, cobblestone. I'm not really too sure. You could even see them here actually in the entranceway and a little bit there on the grass. But you've got a bunch of the spikes from the cavern, as well as 2 large spiders, as well as you saw another one up above from the spider web. And then here is where things get interesting. We've got the skeleton that you could sort of pop out. It's tough to do. You are able to angle it out if you wanted to. It's on this little piece, again, that you can sort of swivel around if you want. It's not really meant to do that. But anyways, here, though, you've got those spikes. Now, I did have to move the boulder because I want you to get the full experience of having Satipo there actually being sort of impaled. That's what those spikes are there for. So you can actually put him there. Again, it's tough to see. If I remove this little rock, you can get access to that, I guess, as well. But you put Satipo there in the corner. And then you're ready for the first play feature here. Now, don't worry, I am going to do the whole thing in order at the end, but we're going to go in order of the sections, so I do got to show you this here. You just twist all these different skulls. You could see right there, another one already. They all have different play features, and this one is for the rock. And all you do is like you just saw. You just have to twist it a little bit, and the boulder will move on its own. That is absolutely incredible there, and it locks back in place. Let's try this, shall we? So it can knock Indy almost out of the tomb. I'm trying to do that so that it's almost like he's jumping out, but I don't think you can sort of get that angle, which is fine. Also, I don't want to damage these great figures and scratch them up. Coming around here to the back, you can see all the pieces being used for the functionality here of the giant boulder. And you'll see as we go through, and you saw before, it's not pleasant to look at, but it's an 18+ set that you're looking from the front only. And all the play features, it's not like I'm activating the boulder from back here or any of the other ones. They're all accessed from the front. So you keep this on your shelf. You never have to come to the back. And let me show you this now. So it's this arm that moves the gear here down that tread, and you've got an incredible angle there for the boulder. You do have to lock it in place, which is takes a little bit more work than releasing it. All right, so here's the middle section, and this is probably the least interesting section besides it having this quote. It does have 2 play features technically, but really awesome. I think that is very fitting to have the Raiders of the Lost Ark symbol there and not Indiana Jones, since technically that was the original name of the film. And then it also says there, "Let us hurry. There's nothing to fear here," from Santapo, and Indy says, "That's what scares me." So very cool. I love the brick detail there in the back, how they've got all those different bricks sort of not touching, and I think that looks great. I love this section here with the roots and everything growing out from this tree that you could see up from above. I think the use of that piece there is pretty good for a tree, and then having all the roots come on down, of course, is important for a couple of different things here. So I guess I should show you it in order of what happens in the film, right? So first of all, yes, technically speaking, if you want, you really got to attach the whip from the center there. And if you sort of do this, it doesn't move. And maybe if you angle it different ways too, there you go. If you sort of see how he's positioned, you could have him swing across there. But you're in luck. They do have a build if you can't get this to work. This is meant to be the whip, I believe. You attach it right here, and it's very simple. And it's very simple here. You can swing it across just like that, get to the other side very, very easily. It's not as finicky as the actual whip, but I think I'd prefer to use the real whip. And then now you can see you've got just a bunch of, it's 2 really large black plates there, and it's meant to just sort of be, you know, the huge gap that he would fall into if he doesn't make it across. Again, he needs the vines to jump across and attach to. So technically speaking, when Santapo betrays him, you could have Indy grab onto one of the roots there. So I guess that's something you could do. Now, this other play feature, it's pretty difficult for me to get this angle here, but you do have, you can see I'm grabbing the other little skull, and you just slowly lower the door on down there. So you could lift it up real quick. You could drop it really fast as well. It's very easy, but you can also control how slow you want to drop this door to give time for Indy to get across. And then, of course, grab the whip before the door closes. You could see that is actually a sticker on the door, and you've also got a couple of like the little cobblestone pieces there and some more roots showing there. But I think that's really cool how you can change how fast this will drop on down. Play feature wise here on the back, this is for swinging across there, and then this one here is for dropping the door, and you could see how that arm works there, goes up and down, and again you could slowly lower it and raise it like that. Also up above in this section is this 1x8 tile there that actually has a sticker repeated throughout the set. Still in the second section, you've got this build there. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it does appear in the film. It's in behind the background in some of the shots. You could see it. Again, love the tiling here, and it's going to continue that pattern all throughout as we continue in to our third and final section here. And like I said before, those 2x3 tiles are back here. Oh, I didn't mention this before. The skull builds are really cool. I really think that that's just such an ingenious little play feature there. Anyways, we got to start over here on this side before we get to the main part. This here, you're probably wondering what it is. This is meant to be the torch that Indy takes, and he activates one of the booby traps, shooting the arrows from the wall. Now, unfortunately, in this version of the set, there is no arrow launching or anything, any of the poison darts or arrows and all of that. So I think that's something the original one, I guess, in a way has on this set, sort of. But again, with the detail they're going for, I don't know. I guess they could have stud shooters, but how would you activate it? I think the idea behind this whole set, right, is it's being activated by these little skulls. I don't know how they would go about having a bunch of pressure plates being activated for that. I think that would be really, really complicated. But regardless, you've got a ton of really cool designs. Not only are there really cool statue faces and builds here being brick built, but on these 2x2 tiles, you've got some really cool looking faces. This one up here specifically being a reference to the Islanders from classic Pirates, and then a couple of other really unique faces. All of them are completely different than the rest, which I think is really cool. Also, that pattern that I was just talking about before, you could see it being used here. We've got a 1x6 version of that. And then looking across the way, you've got another 1x8 one there in the corner. Again, you could see a Lego face there with the tongue sticking out, and then also another sort of mask there, another one that sort of looks like a sun, and you've got one there as well, and all of these different pressure plates around this whole section. I love how they've got the shape of this, like the angles here that they've created. If I tilt this up, the podium and everything that this is on, the angles that they've got going on here, like they're not all the same, especially with like the rocks up here in the front. I think that adds to the sort of organicness of the build here, and I really appreciate that. Then up above here, we've got another 2x2 dark tan tiles with different stickers. This one on the right sort of looks like a warthog. You've got this giant statue head that will come into play in a second, and you could see up top here as well, you've got those triangle pieces continuing that pattern, and a bunch of greenery even continued over here with a couple of different vines. Now, this is my personal favorite play feature. While the boulder and it rolling is incredible, this has a lot of different things going for it. So first of all here, all you do is you turn this, and you can see that the light brick, you didn't even notice probably that there was a light brick up there, is actually activated. So this is what it looks like with the lights off. It's got a bit of like the dark yellow warm glow to it, meant to add a little bit of ambiance, I guess, to him approaching the idol, having that glow. I think it's definitely a fun idea, but it's adding to the price of this set. So again, the light effect is just by turning the dial just a little bit there. I'll even bring on over Satopo here doing his little finger, you know, almost mimicking what he's about to do here. So what you do is you take the bag and you swap out the idol, of course. And then you give it to Indy. Then what you do here is you twist it again, and the bag actually lowers on down. The bag of sand drops in, and then what happens? Of course, the temple starts to collapse. You could see the skull is angled completely upside down at this point. But turning it even more, boom, the giant statue head falls on out, and it's so easy to reload. You got to do it yourself, unfortunately. You can't twist it more than that, but it's incredible here. So you just twist it, drop the bag, and then a little bit more, and it falls on out. So just to show you here the different play features, so what you do here, this is angling it just a little bit. That's, you could see here, it's actually pulling down. This whole bit here pulls down, activating the light brick. And then the next bit, dropping it. I don't know if you at all saw anything that changed. It's that green bit down there. That is what drops the bag right there at the bottom. Then, once it's dropped, you pull a little bit more, and you can see how it knocks the statue head forward. So it's so easy because it's on those chains to just grab the statue and put it back into place. Going the opposite way with the dial, nothing happens. But also here on the side, you've got it again there, and on this side here, that same 1x8 tile that you would have seen from before, again, repeated throughout here. All right, let's go through the play features here. I've sort of set it up how I want to show you guys. So anyways, you walk on through, of course, you swing across there, and then here is where it all starts going the wrong way. So you turn on the light, and then drop the bag, drop the stone, swing back across. It's hard to see there, but you'll see how it closes up the gap there. No more light showing. And then over on here, you've got the rock. Here he is, Indiana Jones, back after all these years in Lego form. I am so happy about this. Just, oh my goodness, the satchel piece that he introduced, of course, hasn't retired. The whip piece as well. So they were able to bring all that back, I think is great. The golden idol piece, though, however, they would have had to create that mold again since it was only used once back in 2008. But I actually jumped straight to the final bags for the third section, which is where you get Indy, just so that I could get the Indiana Jones figure back after all these years and the golden idol as well that I had been always wanting as a kid. The fedora and hairpiece is incredible. Not only is it dual molded with his hair underneath, but also the strap around there as well is in dark brown, which I think looks incredible. Removing all that though, just to show you the torso printing as well as the leg printing looks great. Back torso printing there as well, really awesome. And then you've got the face here in the front with the smirk, which I think is awesome. I love that a lot. And I think they did a great job capturing his likeness. I like the stubble there. And he's got this really funny second expression when he, of course, has to run away from the boulder. He runs straight into the webs, and he's covered in webs there, which I think is so funny. He's even got a spider attached to him there, and just his upset expression that he's been caught and forced to hand over the idol. Really love that expression. So unnecessary, but really love that they made that exclusive here for this set. So here is Satipo, and he looks great. I love the sort of dirt or sweat on the torso there. That shirt is great, as well as just overall, I think the face, they really captured that expression of him, again, doing the hands there, I think is awesome. His accessory is the torch, and on his back here, he's got all the spiders. I think that's so funny that they included that on his back. I really love that. And the second face is his screaming death face. Like, that is insane that Lego included that. Wow. Oh my goodness. I'm blown away that we got that, but I sort of wish that we could have just gotten a generic one so that his mouth isn't always open. I don't know. Just sort of what I'm thinking here. Also, to be honest, let me know if you agree with me on this, but I don't think the classic Ron Weasley and also Doc Ock hair works for him. I really would have gone with the new Harry Potter hair here, which is what everyone wants them to use for the young Doc Ock for No Way Home sets as well. So, I don't know. I just think that it's just sort of more messy. I think this works a little better for him, personally. Here's Rene Belloc, and I always wanted this figure because he only appeared in that one set, and I love the torso. I love the hat there in tan, going all the way back to some of my first sets with Orient Expedition, but I gotta say, the sweat stains on his back and also his armpits, I think that's such a funny inclusion for him. The face is really great. They really captured his smirk there, and I think that the torso is really detailed, and you've even got a little revolver for him as well. Here's the Jovitos Warrior, and I love this figure. Again, another one that I always wanted because they were all locked to the set, but I think the leg printing there is great. The torso printing and the face printing. The fact that for the detail on this torso and the face and everything, they've actually got the new brown skin color being used from last year. For the detail, I think looks great. You've got a bow and arrow there included, as well as, again, same hairpiece that Satipo had. And you've got this sort of generic expression, and then this angry one, I guess, from them firing the arrows at Indy. Really like the back torso printing there as well. Again, for this figure, if I'm being honest, I would use a different hairpiece. This is from the foosball table set, and I just think that looks a bit better. In my personal opinion, it would have been nice to get that there, but let me know. Again, just throwing that idea out there. Oh, also, you've got the skeleton included here as well. All right, so here is the instruction manual, and it's really cool to have the Raiders of the Lost Ark poster there on the front. It is a specialized instruction since it is an 18+ set. You can flip it around here on the back. You've got nothing special there, but still really cool to see this. It makes me want 18 plus sets for all the other films. You'll see why as we go through here. But the first page, what do we have here? We've got a product image of the set with the Indiana Jones logo there. And then we've got 4 scenes there from 4 different films. We've got them getting the Ark of the Covenant. We've got the temple there from the Temple of Doom. We've got the plane chase from Last Crusade. And then them raiding, I believe, the tomb where the crystal skull was, which was a set back in the day. And then you've got a quote there. Of course, it's not the years, honey, it's the mileage. And you could read about the Indiana Jones. And it doesn't talk about the Lego sets there specifically. But continuing on through here, I wish they showed the old set here in the instructions. But there you go. You can read about the temple. What's crazy is, again, if you look at some of the concept art here, it's pretty graphic. Like, yeah, that stuff scarred me. Not scarred me, but it did scare me as a kid. And it's here in this Lego set, the concept art at least. But this is my favorite part of the instructions in terms of the specialty of it. You can see 1981, talking about Raiders, then 1984, Temple of Doom, 1999, Last Crusade, and 2008, the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and in 2023, to be continued. So, again, these sets were meant for the Dial of Destiny and would have released last year if it wasn't delayed. But here is, and unfortunately for this poor guy, he's right in the crease. You can't even see his face properly there. But those are the 3 designers and the graphic designer here. You could pause to read their quotes. And we've got a couple of the different pictures here, the reference pictures and the different scenes that they are depicting. But that's it for the instructions. No advertisement, by the way, in the back if you're curious for the other sets here. Well, there you have it, everyone. That is my review of the Temple of the Golden Idol set. And honestly, I'm probably so biased with my nostalgic lenses for this because this fulfills this part of my childhood, giving me the Golden Idol and these figures that I've always wanted. Now they're updated, and the 18 plus dioramas, I love them so much with the quotes as well. And then you've got these incredible play features here. Oh my goodness, I'm just so happy Indy's back. I really hope we get more sets in the future, but be sure to subscribe, turn the bell notifications so you don't miss out on future Lego Indiana Jones set news and reviews. We will have reviews for the other sets, and if they're already out, you can find them linked here on screen, but love to hear your thoughts on this more importantly. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Hope you all have a great day. I will see you all in the next one.